A kettlebell swing is a super powerful hinge-based exercise. So we're not trying to squat up and down necessarily. We're trying to use the hinge pattern, bending at the hips in order to power through the movement. If you can't do a regular deadlift, you really shouldn't be doing a kettlebell swing yet. So whenever you start a kettlebell swing, you're gonna have the kettlebell out in front of you. Your feet should kind of be in your normal athletic squat position. So heels are about hips width wide, toes are turned out slightly. This just makes it easier for the knees to bend as a byproduct of the hinge. So from here, I'm gonna set my hips down and back, so super athletic stance. I'm reaching my hands out toward the kettlebell. Now I am shorter, so it makes it easier for me to reach down. If you have a hard time reaching the floor, at first it might be a good idea to start with the kettlebell maybe elevated on something, because you do want to start from this position if possible. You don't want to start from standing with the kettlebell. It's harder to get your momentum that way. Okay, so from here, hands are going to reach out in front. Whenever you get started, shoulders should be locked in and down. So try not to let your abs and your shoulders and all of this stuff be loose. Shoulders are down, so your lats are locked in tight. Abs are braced, so you got a little bit of pressure going on here, a little bit of contraction through your abs, and your hips are in a neutral position. You'll actually get a little bit of a glute squeeze throughout the movement, okay? So all of this is locked in. Take a big breath in. And then as you go to start the movement, you'll grab hold. You're going to sling the kettlebell back. So you're reaching back between the legs as if you're going to put your thumbs in your rear. And then from there, you'll start the drive forward. So this is very much a timing type movement. The kettlebell swings back. From here, you're going through triple extension. So you're extending through the hips, extending through the knees, getting a little bit of extension through the ankles. And that is what is driving the movement forward. This hip tuck is driving the move forward, not your arms. So if you notice that the bell starts to swing away from you, your elbows start to go back, or it's lifting or lifted prior to your hips being in position, then the timing of the movement is off and you're not driving it properly. It should be driven completely through the hips. Your hands should pretty much never end up higher than your chest, and you could even go a little bit lower than that. You really don't want your arms up. You could try at first actually doing your swings with your elbows in on your sides. That's a great drill in order to get yourself to keep your elbows and shoulders locked down, but that is the feeling of the movement. So no shoulders and elbows up, think shoulders and elbows down, okay? So once you get all of that locked in, kettlebell goes back, driving it forward, and notice that I'm maintaining pretty much the same height. I'm not gonna be squatting down, as I mentioned earlier, not squatting down and lifting up. Think forward and back on this movement.